Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Couch Chats. I'm your host Bex, and today I have Donna Burrows joining me again because she was so amazing the first time around, and she is from Healing You From Within. Healing From Within. I said it wrong, even though we just went over this. Healing From Within. Her Instagram handle though is at Healing You From Within.
That's it.
So if you want to look Donna up on Instagram, you can. But today we're talking about vibration, frequency, manifestation. So I brought Donna along to have a chat and give everyone some ideas on how to do exactly all three of those things.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Bex. It's always fun and a laugh.
Yes, we get a little bit crazy off camera.
I know, I've had quite the wound up morning. So then I'm like, oh my God, I'm going on here talking about energy and vibration and everything's just been coming at me this morning. And I'm like, I'm not cancelling, I'm showing up as I am. And I just had to laugh out loud driving here because I was just like, this is so typical because when you're ready for your next up level of energy, it's like the universe is throwing things at you to challenge you to say, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
What are you going to rise
to the occasion? Are you going to step down? Are you going to cancel? And I'm like, hell to the no. So
that's it. Are you going to fight forward, or are you going to get scared? Are you going to retreat back and, huddle up in your little corner and hide? Or are you going to go F you to whatever's coming at you, take your power on and push forward? And you're here. So clearly we know directions that you went in this morning, which is amazing.
Thank you. And I know a lot of people can relate when you've got a lot of things coming at you. I get to a place where you just stop and you do such a hysterical, silly laugh because it's like, are you fucking kidding?
It's like you laugh or you cry,
One more thing. And it's just like, oh my God. So then I go to the other side where I get the silly giggles. So sorry if I might be a little bit giggly.
I love the silly giggles.
Moving through the stress in that way.
Yeah, but I welcome the silly giggles because regardless of all the shit that you've been through this morning, like look at your energy. Like you always turn up as this big ball of light, which is amazing as well for people that are watching. Like this is something that Donna's really good at. No matter what is thrown at her, she'll release it and then still turn up with a smile on her face and laughing and this big ball of energy.
Well, I wasn't always like that. It was always a bit of a shit show, actually.
Hey, I'm trying to be positive here.
No, but it's a learned thing. It's a conscious learned thing. You can't just jump to the other side of where you want to be or how you want to feel.
Yeah.
You've actually got to put that conscious energy towards it about, what you want who you want to be, who do you want to step into, and how do you want your life to be. It's all about your vibration and energy. That needs to be cleaned up first before you can calling anything you want to manifest or, the relationship, the job, or whatever it may be, just that next version of yourself. Just going within and having a good look at yourself is where it all starts and begins.
And exactly what you were saying before, when you're going to that next level, when you are leveling up, and I know this because I've been through it too, so much stuff gets thrown at you as a test to see if, like, where you need to still heal, where you still need to grow. And it's kind of trying to pull you back down and you've got to pull in the other direction. It's this like energetic game of tug of war.
So true.
To see who's going to win and to pull yourself forward in that direction. So for anyone else that's in that transition stage, it's very normal to go through that.
It is. And it's also very normal when you're raising your vibration and you're like, yeah, this is all happening, and you're seeing things manifest, and then something might trigger you, and then you step back to the old version of you because you're just so comfortable. It's like that worn out path when you're walking to school a certain way and your neurons are firing, that certain way all the time, and that path is worn. But when you want to make a change and you're shifting your ways and your energy and your frequency, it's uncomfortable at first, and it's just like normal then to skip back down or step back down to where you were in the comfortable and walk that normal worn track again. So there's that too. But I've had many times where I'm ready for an up, like I'm feeling like, oh, okay, I've been working on myself and really feel my energy shifting and rising, seeing things manifest. And then things are coming at me like that, what I was saying today, like, what are you going to do? Are you ready to step forward? Are you really ready to step forward? And I've actually gone backwards and stayed backwards. But I think sometimes you need to, because there's still some more things you need to look at before you can really embody your new vibration.
Sometimes I disagree with that slightly.
Okay.
Is that like when you retreat backwards, it's not so much that you need to.
Yeah.
It's giving you a decision in that moment of what you need to do.
Yeah, true.
And it's pulling you back to your old self, whereas you need to make a decision in that moment to step forward.
Definitely. There's that as well. I think that that's true, and what I've said is true.
Yeah.
In the same respect, but different. But yeah, definitely you can like have that choice where you're just like, no, I'm moving forward. This is who I want to be now. This is my new identity and blah, 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 blah. But it can also be because you need to revisit something, and it could be just a little bit more of a belief that you need to work on, or something that is triggering you back into the old way of being before you can really like anchor in that new energy and really fully embody it.
And when you're walking that path that you're talking about, that familiar one, and I'll use the analogy of like a bush where you're creating your new path, right? There's always going to be an obstacle in the way on that new path. And it's what you do in that obstacle. Like, do you stop at that obstacle and go back? Or do you clear your path and keep moving forward?
Yep. Well, I guess the aim of the game is to clear your path and keep moving it forward. But in the reality of life, you know, we do get triggered by things, and easy to step back into old way of being.
Very easy, yeah.
And I've done it for myself many times, but then it's where you give yourself a bit of a kick in the ass and go, you know, what are you here for? What do you really want? You're not going to what your habits, patterns, and beliefs and way of living and even relationships got you to where you are today, which is great. And that's why I think it's really important to show gratitude and honour even the shitty relationships you left, and even the, you know, patterns and habits that weren't serving you, that were not good for you, because that actually got you to where you are today. But then is that going to take you from this place to where you actually want to go and what you want to achieve in your life? And the answer is no. Yeah. So then it's about, how much do you want it? You've got to work towards it. It's not just going to come to you. Opportunities come for you and to you, but it's what you do with that. And if you really take that on board and work for it and work with that opportunity and strive for that change in your life.
And that's where I really like, is it called an acronym? I don't even know, where they have like, say the word fear, and they have, do you know what it's called, Chris? I don't know. But face everything and rise, is it? Or there's fear everything and run, so you can go either way.
Yeah. And what was the other one? I can't.
There is another one, and it's also it's like a really positive one as well. But that's the thing, like you can look at fear and you can fear everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. So you've got that option in that moment, and there's such a beauty of stepping out of your comfort zone to get to where you want to be, and that can be the most scary thing ever. Like I was just saying to Chris before, when I first came in here and recorded, I was so scared. But getting in front of the camera was the best thing I ever could have done for myself, and it just unlocked this other part of me that now loves doing this so much.
Yes, you're a natural.
Yeah, but I never would have done that if I didn't get over that barrier of that fear that I had about being in front of a camera like this.
We get in our own way a lot.
Yeah, and that self-sabotage and, you know.
Definitely. But I think with fear too, like people fear and think, I feel fear and like it's a negative thing, but it also can be a positive thing, a positive force in that what drives you forward from the place that you're in. Yeah. And I've even had to say to fear before, because you can talk to these emotions. Okay, I feel, because I used to suffer with really bad anxiety and panic attacks. Yeah. And have moved through that and healed through that. Not to say I don't ever feel anxious, because we're humans and we do at times. Yeah. But being stuck in that anxious state, survival mode with anxiety and panic attacks, just playing your life so small, just sucks. So moving through that, if I do feel anxious or whatnot, or if I'm moving into a different area within myself or something that's foreign and uncomfortable, I just say, yes, I feel you fear, but I'm not going to allow you to take over me. You can come with me. Come on, hold my hand and come with me then. And eventually the fear dissipates because it's building that, that trust within yourself, that you're safe to move forward from that place that's comfortable and to step into the uncomfortable and into the unknown. So I think I talked about this in our last episode about tapping on your thymus.
Yeah, and I cried.
Yeah, you did. Oh, that was beautiful though.
I know. I was like, oh my God, is it meant to do this? But it obviously triggered something in me as well, which was really good. And it was good to obviously capture so raw in that moment on camera as well. Yeah.
So for people that hadn't watched the other episode, it's just tapping on your thymus, so it's your seat of spirituality and your
Don't make me
point
bloody
of
do it
change.
again.
Play this game.
I'm going to cry again.
No, you can just tap on it when you're feeling scared or anxious or fearful about anything that you're wanting to move forward from. You can just tap it gently, or you can just hold it. I'm safe. But like affirmations that I'd been using when I was at the beginning of my marriage separation was
spirit fingers. Sorry.
Jazz fingers, spirit fingers. Is tapping and saying, I trust in the unknown. Because trusting in the unknown is fucking scary, because you don't know what it's going to look like on the other side of that change.
Yeah.
But it's about trusting that you're making the right decisions and trusting that you're meant to move forward when you're meant to move forward, and just having that full trust in yourself, in the universe. And I was saying on the other episode, trust in the known, I trust in the known, I trust in myself, I trust in the universe. So there's some really nice affirmations to program into the cells in your body when you're ready for that point of change, which does help raise your vibration because you're supporting yourself through that change.
And I think there's something really powerful in what you said before about acknowledging that emotion of fear. I think acknowledging every emotion is so important instead of trying to push it aside.
Definitely. Yeah. So when you're in a place within yourself and you're basically outgrowing yourself and you're recognizing within yourself, you've been doing some work on yourself and looking at your beliefs and patterns and habits and, things that condition patterning that you're wanting to change. You're wanting to raise your vibration. There's some basic steps you can take to raise your vibration once you've been looking at those things. But more importantly, there's steps to take when you're feeling a dip in your vibration, which it's hard. We don't keep our vibration up here all the time. We human beings, we have things that come at us. Yeah. But it's getting stuck in that low vibration again. So there's just some really simple, gentle things that just shift your vibration. So the first one, and you'd have your own experience as well, so jump in and share with me some of yours. But the first one that I would do is to... I've just had a blanky moment of what I was going to say, so I'll just make it up.
Laughter is a great way to raise your vibration, okay? Laughter is great.
Work on a comedy.
Being a little bit loopy.
Dancing,
singing.
Obvious ones, going out into nature.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that just does it for me. I get on my bike and I ride down the entrance, and there's a certain strip where it's just all these wildflowers.
It's beautiful there, isn't it? Are they lilies or something? I don't know what they are, those big white flowers.
Yeah, there's those.
They're beautiful.
I don't know what they're all called, but I get there and I'm just like, hello. Thank you.
I've just got this visual of you riding on your bike. It's like, hello,
people walk past me because I stop and they look, what's she doing? I'm like, it's okay, just play with the butterflies. And then if I see a blue one, which is my sign, we'll get into soon about manifesting. Yeah. That's my sign. And if I see that, I'm just like, oh my God, thank you. And it just puts that faith and trust back in me that I'm on the right path. Yep, keep going, Donna. And that's just been, my guidance through my marriage separation, that blue butterfly. You're on track, keep going when you're doubting yourself. So we'll talk about that after, so having a sign.
But nature's a great one. I watched the sunrise this morning. That was my way of connecting with Source. Yeah. So just sitting there, I expected to go down the beach. Like, it was 5:30 this morning. I expected there to be no one there, right? Yeah. There were so many people. But it was so beautiful in that moment to see all these other people just there watching the sunrise.
What beach were you at?
At Tween Bay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There were so many people there.
Yeah.
And I was in my pajamas because I thought no one was going to be there. So I had my my new Audi pajamas, which FYI, $15 from Audi. They're amazing. No, they're like this purple. It's so daggy. Anyway, I had my big dressing gown and my slippers with my hole in my toe because they're my favourite. So I'm down the beach like that, and there were so many people around me, but watching these people like swim in the ocean, paddleboarding, and the energy from the people, let's call it the 5 a.m. club, is so different than people that you see throughout the day. Like, there was just this whole different vibe and energy from those people from, doing like the cold ocean swims, watching the sunrise and just sitting in those moments.
To be a 5 a.m. person.
I didn't even try. It's just happened to me, and I don't know. I must be getting old or something, because I feel like it's an old person thing.
No,
but I could never get up early, even with all of the kids. But now all of a sudden I'm like, ping, I'm awake before my alarm, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do about this? So Go down the beach.
When I'm on
My
track,
pajamas.
I like to get up early and do some breath work.
Yeah.
It's so good for just so
I thought
many.
you were going to say breast work.
Breast work.
That too.
What? That comes later in the day.
Breath work. Yep. I'm focused. Go.
Breath work.
Continue.
Yeah. Many benefits of breath work.
I was doing that this morning too, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
The breath work.
breath work.
Breath
Okay,
work.
Cool.
Breath. Yep.
But I remember what I was going to say before when I had that blanky moment, was just shifting your energy to the energy of gratitude.
Yes.
Because you're not going to have a high vibration if you're thinking, oh shit, everything's going wrong for me, victim mentality, or just not acknowledging all the things that are going right in your life. Because if you ever have a look at that, there's a lot of things going right, but we forget about it. Because,
Count your blessings.
Yeah, some are so
that
simple.
saying's there for a reason.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was saying to a friend the other day, just start showing gratitude. It can be something so small, like thank you for my legs, so I can ride my bike. Thank you for waking up today, or just
Mine was my
noticing.
morning coffee because when I was at my lowest point, obviously my children, I love them, but that's just an obvious one. But when I had to really focus on gratitude and I had nothing to be grateful for, I was just like, thank God for coffee. Like something so simple, but it can be something as simple as that to start like triggering that journey of something else. Yeah.
Definitely. And because going through a marriage separation, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not going to lie. But, on the other side of that, it's going to look completely different. But when you're in it, so you can easily sort of have a funky day.
Yeah.
So I have to do all these things for myself all the time as well. But it comes as second nature to me now. I would have been in a funk for like a few days, but now I'm able to, I sit in it, feel it, and then lift myself out of it with the skills that I have that I'm sharing.
Yeah.
But with gratitude, the other day, I was going on my bike ride and I was actually crying because I was like, I'm so freaking grateful. I'm actually really grateful for my friends, for my family. And I was just listing all these things and tears were just flowing. And that's when I saw the blue butterfly and I was just like, yep, I'm in alignment. That's when you know you're in alignment, when that's my sign that I've called in, and that's the place to manifest from when you're feeling that real high vibration. I could feel my crown chakra tingling and opening up, and I was just like, fucking, this is awesome. Like, it's just the best feeling. It's like better than any drug I've ever taken in my past.
Back in those days, that's a different kind of vibration and frequency.
Back in those days. But it reaches nothing to the
that natural high.
Ecstasy you feel of that natural high, and that's just from energy, and that's just from feeling grateful. So it's just like, try it on because it'll look good on you for anyone.
And the thing is, when you're manifesting as well, what people don't understand is that, like, everyone talks about manifesting, say, more money into their life, love into their life. But you can manifest bad things into your life as well, and it's everything that you're speaking into your existence.
Yeah.
And something that I came across recently was, if your manifestations aren't coming in, it might be the way that obviously you're saying it as well, but don't know how to articulate this properly, but asking for things because the universe or God or whatever wants to say yes. So things like, I'm abundant, yes you are. I'm happy, yes you are. Whereas if you're like, I'm fat, the universe is like, well, yes you are.
Yeah.
Because the universe wants to say yes. So what are you allowing that yes to?
Yeah.
I'm broke, I'm fat, I'm, sad.
Yeah, I agree.
So, it can go both ways. So think about what you're speaking into your reality now when, like, that self-talk and everything.
Definitely. Can I share a funny, not funny story?
Of course you can.
That just eventuated in the last 24 hours with my son.
Yeah.
So I've had quite the night. I haven't had much sleep because he had temperatures. And, of course, any mum out there is going to know this. There's never any Panadol left in the freaking fridge when there's a random temperature coming. So I did the old-fashioned way of the face cloth on the head and
the spoon on the back.
Had heaps of spoon on the back.
Yep,
No,
cold metal
I've got
spoon on the back.
The Vicks out and all that. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, that works. Bottom of the feet or their back.
A spoon.
Cold metal spoon.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to give that one a whirl. Anyway, I was lining up for Panadol this morning, so I'm all set. But point being is that the last 2 days of school, he didn't go because he said that he was feeling sick. And I get that. He felt wiped out and I felt a bit wiped out. And I thought, okay, he's probably coming down with something or not. But I heard him say to his friend, I'm really unwell. And I'm thinking, no, you're not.
He's manifested it.
He's freaking manifested it.
I was going to say this to you, but I didn't want to speak out of turn. But I'm like, Donna's smart. She'll pick this up.
I knew it straight away when he had it. Like, by the time I got back from Mum and Dad's last night, he wasn't feeling great at all. And I just remember him saying that to his friend. And he's always saying, I'm sick. I'm like, watch your words, mate, because you're going to create something here. Anyway, so the temperature's come on and I'm like, felt like saying to him right there and then, but not appropriate time. But I did before I came here this morning. Mum come to the rescue to mind him.
Oh, that's good.
Anyways, I said to him, you know how you were saying, I said, I remember talking about manifestation the other day and you've got to watch your words because you can manifest negative things as well as positive. He's like, yeah, it's like temperature ridden still though. I said, I heard you say to your friend, I'm really, really unwell, and you weren't. And then within 24 hours, you become really unwell. And he's like, could we talk about it later? But it's true. And he knows it. He's very spiritual, very aware and like very evolved boy. And he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So that's something we're going to talk about when he's feeling a little bit better.
This is, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent. It's a bit of a conspiracy thing, but this was the whole COVID thing where all over the news they're like, everyone's going to get this from COVID, that from COVID, this from COVID. And because everyone was hearing it so much, everyone started, obviously it's a disease that gets spread around, but they were putting that negative thought pattern into people's heads so consistently.
Definitely.
And you've got to be so wary of what the media is implanting in your subconscious mind.
I know, it's so true. But in my house, do you know what song we were singing during COVID? Should I sing it?
Go, sing.
Okay.
Straight to look straight dead at the camera and sing it.
You probably heard it. I think it went round. I even did a voice drop on someone's post that was scared of COVID and sang it and sent it. I think they're in America. I was like, oh my God, I cracked myself up. It went a little something like this. No. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't that a bit cute too?
That is very cute. That is very cute.
But I did, and I'd sing it. And then so after that, if we just had a little whatever virus, we'd be singing it, my son and I.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a thing that went round though on Facebook. So I'm surprised.
I'm surprised I haven't. Well, I don't really go on Facebook, to be honest.
Well, you know it now.
Yeah, it's probably the only social media platform I don't. That and my old MySpace account. Remember MySpace days?
So let's flip it back because we haven't finished a few more things that we can share on to your viewers about raising your vibration.
Yes.
So we talked about nature. We talked about, holding gratitude for the things going well in your life. And there's like the simple thing of just standing out in the sun, just letting that sun hit your face because that releases the endorphins and
the vitamin D.
And all the things. So you can exercise with going out in the sun. So that's another thing. You're moving your body. So it's just creating those feel-good hormones as well. And then there's meditation as well. So just learning to quiet your mind from the chaos that, we've all got going on in our heads. Mm-hmm. And that raises your vibration because you're quietening the noise. Yeah. And allowing yourself some things to drop in. So whatever it is you're worrying about that is lowering your vibration. You can just have hands on heart and ask some open-ended questions to yourself and connecting to source, which we'll talk about a bit later, what am I needing to learn from this experience, and maybe doing a little journaling around that. It just lightens the load so you're able to then lift your vibration up. Yeah. Because it's hard to lift your vibration while you've just got so many things going around in your head. So it's about learning to connect within, asking the questions. What am I needing today to feel happy? Yeah. What can I let go of in order to raise my vibration? So it's just, getting in tune with yourself, because we look for all validation and answers outside of ourselves. Yeah, it's all an internal job. This day and age now, it's about learning how to come home to self, because we have all the answers within. But you need to create that space and that time to go within and ask those open-ended questions to yourself, your guides, God, universe, whatever, source energy, whatever you want to call it, and just jotting down things and
Even taking your shoes off and having that connection to the earth.
Definitely.
That's something like just so simple. And I know a lot of people can't meditate.
Yes.
So there's different ways of obviously doing that as well instead of the traditional sense. For some people, it's like putting music on and just doing something.
Definitely.
It could be gardening. It could be painting. It doesn't, like when you talk about meditation, it doesn't have to be just sitting down. You know, quietening your mind can be going to the gym, things like that. So
definitely. And as you just said, earthing, they call it these days, connecting to Mother Earth, allowing Mother Earth's energy to, you know, for your energy to flow into Mother Earth and then to release, and Mother Earth's energy to flow up into you for healing, and just doing that simple act and not thinking anything, that's meditating. And meditating is also drawing and painting.
Yeah.
You're in the flow, you're in the zone.
Doing a puzzle. Like there's so many different ways.
Anything. So
playing with a child, that's a good way to raise your vibration.
Definitely.
Just that pure happiness and joy that a child brings into the world is like such a good way to raise your spirits up.
Definitely.
I'm talking about like a happy child.
Screaming child.
Yeah,
there's so many ways to raise your vibration and ground your energy as well.
And what about manifesting? What are some good techniques to manifest effectively? Obviously, we've talked about speaking things into your reality and watching your words and becoming aware of what you're speaking into your existence. But what are some other great ways to call things in, like money or love, relationships?
Well, get clear on what you really desire first.
I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. So I changed it from millionaire to billionaire.
I just noticed that. I was skipping.
I went up a level. I'm like, millionaire is like down here these days. Like you've got to be billionaire, trillionaire now to.
Well, I'm starting with multi-millionaire.
But I'm just going to go straight billionaire. So being clear about what you want.
Yeah, so stating what you desire. So just getting to the core, what is it? So, for example, I want lots of money, but what do you want to do with that money? So sometimes you need to fine-tune that. Well, what would money bring to you if you had the money? What kind of lifestyle are you looking for?
Like your dream house, your holiday, your car.
Yeah. So
providing opportunities for your children.
You can fine-tune that desire by, instead of just saying, I want heaps of money, what do you want the money for? So, for example, financial freedom.
Yeah.
You know, you want to live a life in financial freedom.
Just go to Pilates, drink lattes.
The choice to travel when you want to travel, or have a job where you get to work and travel, and you know it can be whatever you want it to be. So get clear about your desire, and then you can just write that down. I desire to manifest blah 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 blah, and then feel that into existence. So feel that into your body by closing your eyes. Imagine how that would actually feel, having that. That's the magic to manifestation, is actually visualizing it, but with the emotion of that, imagining how it would feel.
I think a lot of people manifest in a future sense.
Yeah.
So like, I want this and I want that, but you need to have it in your existence now. You need to bring it into the present moment. Yeah. Instead of saying, I want this in the future, it's like that's such an open-ended.
No.
Like in the future when, like you need to, I have.
Yes, I am or I am.
Yeah. And bring it into that present moment, like you have it right now.
Yes. Because I will statements is still in the future.
Exactly.
So it'll take a long time to manifest it with that kind of language. But the other thing too is once you've stated it and once you sort of have a visualization, a clear picture of how that would feel, which supercharges just writing an affirmation. The other thing is sometimes we can strangulate it by trying to figure out the how, but it's actually not our job to figure out the how. That's how we need to actually surrender it on the outcome and the how.
And when you're focusing so much on the how, it can bring down that level of frequency and vibration too, because you get so caught up in your head of, well, how's that money going to come in? And you're putting so much doubt into that situation, whereas if you just surrender to it and allow it to come from an unknown source, because things will just like suddenly pop up out of nowhere when you're not even expecting it. And I've had this happen over the last few days. Yeah. Like just out of nowhere. And it's like, okay, Okay.
That's so good. So
Yeah.
you're in alignment, you know then. So that's your what they call driftwood.
Yeah.
Which I was going to say after surrendering is then choose a sign, pick a sign of like what you're asking for is manifesting, that it's coming. So sometimes a sign can be someone else is achieving what, not necessarily what you're wanting, but something. So that's a sign the universe is showing you that
the possibility around that dream.
That, and then that yours is coming too.
Mm-hmm.
And so once we let go of the how and let the universe work that out, instead of, hell bent on the outcome that we're trying to create in our head, which just puts limitation on it, is then what were we just saying? Sorry, lack of sleep here. So after surrendering it on,
Oh, strangling. I'm like,
what
were we saying?
It was the sign.
I mean, I'm
So
just 5 o'clock. Okay. I'm like,
so my
brain.
sign is the blue butterfly, as
Yeah,
I was saying before.
I don't have a particular sign, but like I was saying to you when I was at the checkout, and there was like a synchronicity of numbers for me.
Yeah,
I noticed that a lot. And then
that,
number plates, so I was seeing like 8080, and then I was seeing 1818, like car number plates, like everywhere these numbers kept showing up. And I had this last year with the number 21.
Yeah.
And it was driving me insane because I didn't know what it meant. And it was like quitting, giving up, stopping. And I was like, I didn't know what this meant at the time.
Yeah.
I kind of do now. But there's this show called 23. And it was like, anyway, that's a whole other thing. A different number. But this 21, I was like, I literally was, but 21, like I was seeing buses were going past with the number 21. And then there'd be a phone number with 21, 21, 21. And then like on my car,
it's crazy when you start seeing the signs and
the odometer reading would be like 21, 21. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like everywhere I looked, I saw this number 21. It was insane.
Yeah, it can show up number sequences on receipts when at Coles
Yeah, I
shopping.
see that heaps on my receipts.
Yeah, just really weird, random things.
Yeah.
And it's like if they want to get something across to you,
I'm like, can you just like write it on the receipt? Because I don't know what your numbers mean.
Yeah. It can be, feathers. It can be whatever, a ladybug. It could be whatever you make it to be. But, like, I think that's, like, there's two different things there going on, though. So you can ask for a clear sign and you're like, clear. Feather, okay, it's got to be this colour, that colour, and you will see it when you're meant to.
Yeah.
But then there's the other one, like you're saying, with seeing number frequencies, which are messages that they're trying to get to you.
So mine was around abundance. And when I looked up those numbers, I Googled it and there was like the 8080 and then 1818. And there was two very clear messages in there about abundance.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's very, very specific.
Bring that billionaire
very
energy
very clear. Because I'd been like writing, I'm abundant.
Yeah.
And I found money. Then I won the lotto. It was only
That's
$20,
so
but I won. I'm a winner.
Oh, wow.
Winner,
Lottery
chicken dinner,
right
$20.
Here.
I opened up my emails. I was like, I'm a winner. And then I scrolled down.
God,
it was $20. I'm like, man, it's still going to work.
That was a practice run.
I know. But I was like...
So then they call that driftwood because you're starting to see the signs.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't call my boss and be like...
Looking out for signs that it's
but
coming.
There's been a lot. There's been a lot coming.
Yeah. I was doing a affirmation and saying it at night time, like while I'm sleeping, money just arrives in my bank account. Oh my God, thank you. And like for 3 nights in a row, it did. And I woke up the next morning after the first time I did it, and I was like $300 and something just out of the ordinary, like unexpected.
Isn't it funny? Because I just got like another refund.
What the fuck? Like this is actually, like I shocked myself sometimes. Oh my God, this actually works.
I do that too, yeah, because I just got another refund from somewhere else too. And that's the thing is like, like weird things happen. It's happened to me in the past where I've called things in, and like one situation, I wanted to do a trip to Greece. Like it was my bucket list. I had all these things.
Yeah, nice.
And then a storm hit my house and I got this massive big insurance payout. And like it destroyed so many different things, and I fixed what I needed to, but then I still had enough money to go on my trip to Greece. And it's like...
That's so good.
And it was just like...
Yeah.
It's weird how things come about sometimes in a way that you wouldn't expect it. Sometimes through a little bit of tragedy, unfortunately. But, like blessing in disguise, as they say. Yeah.
Count your blessings.
Yeah. But I was thinking about that a lot the other day because that's a very big biblical term, like count your blessings. And I've been listening to Pastor Michael Todd a lot lately, which someone put me onto him, and it's when you listen to people like that speak.
I've not heard of him before.
Yeah, no, he's really good. And I'm not a religious person, but I
Yeah.
take bits out of everything, and they speak the same language as like a spiritual person
Yeah.
in a non-religious sense too. It's the same message, it's just delivered slightly differently.
It's the same. Like there is the higher energy force up there
Yeah.
around us, but we're part of it, and that's the thing. Like we think we're separate from it, we're not. Like that energy is in us, and we're in that energy. And I say I am the universe, and the universe is me. Like we're all connected in that same frequency and energy, and it gets really fun when you start playing with it, when you get into that high
Acknowledging
vibration,
it too,
acknowledging
though, right?
it, and then that's when you start really falling into alignment with what's for you.
I think we're designed to be disconnected at the moment, like with technology, like TV, everything. There's so many distractions that keep us disconnected from who we are.
I won't go into it, but there's a lot of things that want us to be disconnected.
Exactly, yep.
But I think in this time where, you know, the vibration on our earth and consciousness is shifting for a new conscious earth, that, you know, everybody is waking up on some level. Some are a little curious, some have fully stepped into it. Some have gone beyond that. Like, this is the time and era for change.
And we're not here to be against each other. Yeah.
From the matrix, the norm, whatever you want to call it.
It's funny because I was talking to my son about this, is like going on a whole other tangent
Without going too much into it.
Yeah. So I've always heard that term, like the Matrix. I fell asleep in the movie The Matrix.
System, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't get what you're talking about.
I never fully watched The Matrix. It was a bit
kept
trippy.
falling
Maybe
asleep.
I need to watch it again.
I know, but everyone talks about the Matrix and breaking out the Matrix. I'm like, you're all insane. Like, you're all in, like, what are you talking about, you weirdos, the Matrix? Anyway, but then I met this random guy when I went to visit my son in Sydney, and he's talking about the Matrix, and then we were talking about this movie, The Free Guy, and Truman Show, and we got on this big conversation about different things. Yeah. Free Guy's another cool one.
Okay.
Anyway, so I don't even know what I was talking about now. So yeah, we started talking about that, and then he said, isn't it weird how you can walk in a different direction, like talking about the Matrix, where you see the same people every single day. And I go to the gym, and I go all different times every day, but the same people are there.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, this is weird. I said to my son the other day, I'm like, I don't stick to the same schedule, like at all.
Yeah.
But those same people are turning up.
That is bizarre.
Yeah. So I can go 11 o'clock in the day, 8 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They're there. I'm like, that's weird.
You could talk about energy, vibration, and manifestations all day because it's just so interesting and fascinating. And what I know, and is like probably on such a small scale to what others know. So I always love learning more and more because I don't think there's any ceiling on it. I think it's something that is just like, there's so much to it, so much scientific things and codes behind it too that, you know, we're discovering more and more. But yeah, I just find it totally fascinating. I could talk about it all day or listen to it.
Yeah.
Other people talking about it all day.
I know, and if anyone else has got some other things on top of that, like for manifestation, I would love to know. But yeah, talking it into your reality, not just writing it on a piece of paper, not just shoving it on a vision board. Yeah. There's no connection to that. Like you can't just write a word and be like, oh, I manifested it. It didn't come to me. Well, yeah, no shit. Seriously, like what? Are you even doing anything about it? You can't just say, I want $1 million and then not do activities to increase your chances of doing that. Like you still have to do the things.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't just like...
There's like forced action towards it though. And then there's like, you know, there's... you know, getting channeled messages towards it, or there's
but it's still getting up
action,
and doing the
but
things.
You've got to take some action towards what you're calling in.
That's right. That's right. There has to be some action. There has to be that connection to it.
Yeah.
Feel it, believe that it's possible.
Yeah.
As well. If you're saying, I'm talking about money because it's just such an easy one to talk about, is that I want to be a billionaire, but then you don't think you're worthy of having money like that, then you're never going to get it. How much you pray and wish for it, you're never going to get it.
Yeah.
If you have this car that you really, really want, I'm just going to say Maserati because that's like baller level. But if you don't ever think that you've got a possibility of having a car like that, guess what? You're not going to have it.
That's what I was saying before. Like the first thing when you're wanting to shift your energy is to look at your, like whatever it is you're wanting to call in or change, is look at your beliefs around it.
And what blockages are there from your
yeah,
past.
I mean, those conditioned patterns that we pick up as a child, like whoever we're around the most, whether it's parents, school, whatever, that has such that impact, because that's our basic conditioned pattern structure, which we usually pick up from around age 8, 9. But then it's up to us as adults, like, is actually my belief? Is that true for me now? Is that working for me? No. So that's when you work on it and change it. And it's the same for like relationships as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot my phone was there.
oh, good.
Gonna move that outside. I forgot my phone was there.
All good.
Sorry, go.
That's all right. It was the same. Yeah, just working on with relationships as well. So it's about cleaning up your energy first.
Yeah, and those old programmed habits from your childhood, because obviously they shape who you are today, but they don't need to define who you are moving forward. And yes, we grew up around those things, but we have a choice to change those behaviors and patterns, and it can take time. It can take a lot of work, and it can take a lot of undoing, but it can be undone. Yeah.
But in relationships in particular, like if you've got one person that is ready to work on their stuff, which will change their energy and vibration, and then you've got someone else that's just digging their heels in, and they're not even wanting to change, that's fair enough. They don't want to change, they don't have to change. But you know, very rarely will that work out, because
you're on a different frequency.
Different frequencies.
Yeah.
So when you're deciding to leave a relationship, it's not because necessarily always because you don't love them. You can still very much love someone, but just realize that they're just not for you anymore, because they're just not able to be the person that you're calling in, that you desire now, because you change as a person when you let go of a lot of things and raise your vibration, and what you want that you find fulfilling changes, and what you desire, and you know what you don't want. And if that person's not willing to have a look at their things and come along with you, so if you haven't got two people working on their stuff individually and then coming together and going, okay, let's work through our issues together, it's just not going to work. Because remember I was sharing in the last episode, it's called falling out of frequency. So you just fall out of frequency. Because, and it's the same with a job. If you get sacked from a job, sometimes, well, most of the time, it's not bad. It's just that you've fallen.
Blessing in disguise.
Yeah, blessing in disguise. Like, because you just freaking won't leave that job, because you just won't. You're just stuck there, and
sometimes rejection
sometimes
is
booted
protection.
out. Yeah, and what's the other one too that they say with the universe is rejection is redirection. Yeah. As well. And it's the same with relationships. We're not meant to be the same person we were 15 years ago. We're here to learn, grow and evolve. And, you know, with I don't even know what to call him, ex-husband, I suppose. I'm still getting used to that. It was the same, and it's not to make him wrong. No one's right or wrong. It's just that, you know, you outgrow something when you're growing as a person, and if that person's not willing to come along, which is they're within their own right to not come along if they're not ready to. And what I realised, you can't force someone to, and you can't expect someone to change because you want them to, but you're allowed to make a choice for yourself that you're not happy there anymore, and you're wanting more for your life, and you just have to one day realise that it's not them.
And send them off with love. And there's such an important thing about like cleaning out your energy, which I've been doing a lot in my house lately. So anything, and that's just my choice. I'm not saying for everyone to do this, but I'm just getting rid of, like, I had artwork and things that for me had an energetic tie to parts of my life that I no longer wanted to relive. So I've just chosen to sell those or give them away, and they've gone to people that really love it. Like this big, beautiful artwork of this girl with this wild, crazy hair I sold to this mum and her daughter, and it represented so much to her. So it felt so nice to pass that on to someone else now who can love it, whereas I no longer felt that love for it. So I think there's a really beautiful thing in clearing out that energy and sending it off with love and rehoming it to other people that might find value in it. Because I'm really trying to clear that space and bring new energy. I was just saying to Chris, I've had my mattress for 15 years. There'd be some demons in that.
Oh my God,
demons in that.
What the hell?
I know, and it's something I've never really thought about.
No, I got rid of my marital bed.
No, I never thought about it. So I was buying my son a bed, and then I went, hang on. And I remembered the day I bought it with his dad, and he was a baby in the pram, and he's 15 this year.
Yeah.
And I went, wow, why am I treating myself like second rate?
Yeah.
I'm not. That was the chair. So I'm like, buying myself a new bed because I want to bring in like that new energy and things as well. But like, how important is that to clear out?
Energy stays in the mattress.
I know, but on top of that, she's talking about like sweat, dead skin. I'm like, I'm sleeping with my exes still.
Yeah.
Can
I say too, energy stays in the woman lady bits too.
Oh.
What were you thinking I was going to say?
In your body? Not my lady part.
It's freaking true.
Well, I think my energy's cleared out from there.
Well, we're talking about clearing energy, so I'm going to actually go ahead and share this, because if you've had multitude of partners, which we've all pretty much had,
I mean, I'm 42. There's like been more than one, let's face it.
I mean, I haven't had
I won't divulge my numbers, but, you know.
I consciously chose, so it's been nearly 18 months when I ended my marriage, not to be with anybody yet.
It's been over 3 years for me.
Oh my God, you topped it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I did get told that
I'm rejuvenated.
Well, have you actually cleaned yourself out down there, though, energetically? Because men's energy, and this is so fucking typical of men.
It depends on what you classify.
Well, I went to a Kundalini
how do they hose you or something?
No, well, you can.
How are you clearing?
Well, okay, so
we were doing this in the ocean, weren't we?
I
told
you, we were in the ocean, and I said to you, open and close your legs.
Then I'm cleansed. I'm cleansed.
And she's like, what? I'm like, just do this with your legs and visualise all the water coming up into your womb space, and consciously say, I let go of all the energies that
I did that with you. I did that with you that day. I remember that. So
I know.
We're both cleansed. We're like born again virgins.
I know. And you can do it in the shower.
Yeah.
Water up there. But everything's about intention. So because it's a true thing. Because I went to a Kundalini yoga thing, and it was all about
Kundalini?
Huh?
What's a Kundalini?
So I'm not going to lie. I don't know heaps about it, but like it's your energy, your base chakra energy. It's your soul, life force energy that gets activated.
Yeah.
And it can be activated in many different ways. It's your sexual, it can be activated sexually, it can be activated from like an epiphany, like a life-changing event, lots of things. But I went on yoga, so I went to this specific yoga practice, and it was about releasing energies from past relationships.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a chant thing that you say. And I was doing it on my bike the other day. Everything's on my bike, isn't it?
You love your bike.
I like the bike.
You love your bike.
I was going to say something, but I won't. Keep it clean.
I think we're way beyond that.
But anyway, there was this chant thing that you do, and because of it, she was saying that men's energy, so you think that men's had other partners too?
Oh, yeah, and they're all like attached energetically.
Yeah, so they go inside you, and so then you actually have other people's energies inside of you. So it can make you act out of character or feel heavy or whatever. Okay, so it's just about cleaning up your vibration, because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just another thing to think of. But typical that the men, the energy on the women's energy on the men only lasts for like not long, couple of weeks, months. In women, it's a couple of years. I'm like, what the hell? No wonder they move on so quickly. Not every man, sorry. A lot. But anyway,
some women do too.
Because they've obviously not got the energy attachment. So
for sure.
If you're having trouble letting go of a partner, you know, it's another thing to be aware of, is to release that energy from within yourself.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, that's where I haven't wanted anyone else to be attached to me energetically while I'm going through my journey of self-discovery and self-development and all of those things. I'm like, I don't need someone else's energy. I'm clearing out energy. And when I welcome more energy in, then it's going to be good energy.
Oh, yeah, I'm being a bit fussy in that way. I haven't been ready. I haven't been ready, but
I'm still not ready. It's been like, I don't even know how long. It's been like 3.5 years and I'm still not ready.
I'm ready.
I'm not.
But in saying that, I'm just not allowing any Tom, Dick and Harry to go there.
What's it-
because I've cleaned up my vibration and I'm really working on this. So someone's got to come up and match me now. I'm not frigging dipping back down, and I don't want some dirty energy in there, messing up my frigging vibration that I've just cleaned out and polished inside. It's just not happening.
Well,
So-
what is this chant?
Pardon?
Do you have the chant?
Oh, the chant.
Yeah.
Hang on, I need a drink of water. Get my singing voice ready.
Come out of your nose.
No, I've got to cut off. Anyway, I don't know why. I'm just
Oh my Lord, help
getting
me.
giggly.
And my face
I
hurts.
said that. I can't. You know when you're
Sing it,
smiling,
girl. I
you
know.
can't sing and smile at the same time.
Isn't that like your voice will might be like,
My son says that. He goes, "Hang on a minute," because we always get the giggles. He's
Sure.
like, "I can't say what I need to say." I think it's Satanama. And I think you go, yeah, you do this. What was it again? I forgot what it is now.
I'm not going to sing, so you
Birth.
continue.
Death. What was it? Birth, death, something or other. I don't know. I'll figure it out and we'll put it in the in your notes.
Yeah.
Because I clearly need to do this, revisit this again. And the other day I felt like my energy was being pulled and I was thinking on my ex heaps and I was like, okay, I need to do a bit more of that clearing. Yeah, I've done heaps of cutting the cords, but just if someone's constantly thinking of you too, that can pull on your energy.
Yeah.
So you need to do something about that. You can do cord cutting, you can do the chanting, Satanama. So it's on these fingers, Satanama.
Oh, so you go between.
Satanama. So I was doing that on my bike.
How are you doing that? Were you? I was like thinking that you're like, were you like steering with your knees and like?
No, I can ride no hands.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really fun. I just,
Don't know
a few
that.
months ago, I was like, oh, I wonder if I can do that again. And I did. And now I'm like, let's see if you can go over a bump.
Can we video that? Donna chanting on her bike.
And I challenged myself because it's all in your core. There's a core underneath the marriage separations, extra bits and pieces. And menopause. Let's do that in the works right now. Yeah, let's bring it on at the same time.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
It's a joy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, well, it's what you make it to be. But yes, Satanama.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to try that out on your
Yeah.
bike with no hands. I think I have actually done that.
Let's
to be
do
honest.
it with hands because safety first.
I know, because one day I was riding my bike with my
imagine you
daughter down a hill
Oh,
and she saw
God.
me do no hands and she's behind me so I couldn't see.
Yeah.
She did no hands, went over the handlebars.
Stop her.
I know.
Oh,
I know. That was a very good guy. I didn't know she was going to do that.
you're leading by example.
I know. Oh my, don't copy, mummy.
Do you have a bike with a basket?
Did I? Or
No, do
I?
you? I feel like you need a
No.
bike with a basket and like
No.
flowers and this whole enchanted space.
No, not really. I've got a hard
So you can like,
mountain bike.
oh, did not pick that. Yeah,
Well, with all the rain and the floods off Tugwell Lakes,
true. It's been flooding a lot.
I know. I did actually come off a bike in the mud the other day. I got stuck in the big, massive puddle. And I thought, yeah, I can get through it. And then it come to a stop. So I'd saved myself. And Benji's like, how did you save yourself? I said, well, I just quickly jumped off.
Yeah.
Obviously, I got wet feet then, though.
Yeah.
But then on the way back, I was like, stuff that. I was riding really fast to get through that muddy patch with the water.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, it's all good.
But did you see butterflies?
I did. I saw not the blue one yesterday. It was 2 big black ones.
What do the black ones mean?
I don't know.
Do you have a meaning for those or
No, it's
have you
just
ever
that.
looked it up? Because I have these, I thought it was an owl, but it was
Yeah.
something else that looks like an owl. I can't think of what it was
Oh,
called.
okay. No, it's just the specific blue one is what I used as my sign.
But they're like
So
totem.
that's my
animals or-
totem
yeah.
sign. It is. And it's funny because like I was out at a client's house one day and I went to the toilet and it was at the beginning of the marriage separation and I was just like, not in a good place. And anyway, I was like, can I just borrow your bathroom, please? And she's like, yeah, no worries. So I've got in there, sat on the toilet, and I've just like looked to where the toilet paper handle thing is. And the all white tiles all over the thing and one blue butterfly tile. One. I just cried.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm going to be okay. Just keep going.
Yeah.
And that's what it's represented to me, has represented to me through this marriage separation is when I'm feeling wobbly because I'm trying to refinance to keep the home for my son and I and lots of things, or when you're doubting yourself, well, it's easier to go back because, you know, it's a big challenge.
It's easy to
stepping
level
out,
down than to step up.
paying the mortgage on my own and all the things and getting used to all of that and being a single parent again. You know, there's so much to it, and then your emotions as well. But then when I see the blue butterfly, it's like, no, you keep going, you're doing well, just keep going, take one day at a time. So it just means so much to me because it's just, you know, it's my guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
that's what it's all about.
Beautiful.
Is that we're not separate. We're so
still connected.
freaking connected.
Yeah.
So connected. And when you're in
tapping into
alignment with your own energy and your vibration, everything just starts coming to you.
Like a moth to a flame.
Yep, everything. It's just incredible, you know, opportunities. And I just wanted to touch on some positive affirmations actually for
go
creating abundance that I've been saying is I embody my what do I say? I embody my highest version of myself, and I fully embody my highest timeline of abundance and freedom. Some affirmations for change, as I was saying before, is about trusting yourself in that change, so trusting in the process. So you can say, you know, I'm trusting the process of life, I'm safe, because often when you're going through things, you're not feeling safe. So that's also a nice one that calms your nervous system down as well. Well, there's some more I was going to say, but now
money flows easily to me.
Oh, all those money ones. Yeah, definitely. But you can say affirmations about anything that you want.
I am loved, I am happy, I am healthy, anything with a positive
I am
message to it, that I am statement. And you can kind of add anything onto the end of that. You just want it to be a positive statement, not a negative one. Yeah.
So my one for relationships is I'm calling in a healthy, conscious relationship. And I've got like a big A4 size sheet of like qualities.
Did you write a list?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, I'm too lazy to do that.
Qualities, but when I'm on my bike, there we go.
Now on the bike.
On the bike again.
Are you taking notes while you're on your bike as well?
No, I'm the crazy lady that's saying it, talking to myself. And like, I don't know, I just feel an energy coming towards me soon, and that's pretty cool. Like just going, yep, and you know, and he's going to be really compassionate and
that's
be really
good.
Respectful, and then I talk about how I'm going to be, and I'm going to love him that he's never been loved before, and I just talk about it.
Yeah.
With such enthusiasm and excitement, because I know it's going to happen and I know it's going to come, and that's how you call things in.
And
I was going to say this led me to losing a job and thinking, fuck, what am I going to do? I was just about to get a loan to refinance to keep my home, and I knew that because I'd called it in, because the day before I was on my bike again saying this or something better. So that statement. You can use it about your partner, blah, blah, whoever they are, something better.
Yeah.
This house at whatever street or something better. This job, list it, or something better. So you're saying to the universe, put me where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
So that job ended, and then I was like, holy shit, I manifested that. That's cool. What next? And then something even better come along, even more, earning more money in less hours. And I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So it's that powerful when you believe in it and put the energy into it. And so there that, and what else is possible? Because there's so many like limitless possibilities out there for us. It's us that limit our lives basically out of fear and not wanting to change.
Yeah.
Because it's uncomfortable to change.
And removing that limitation that we, like we said before, place in our own minds of how it's meant to come to us, or how it's meant to look, or those, you know, and that's good, creating those lists and things like that too, but be open to a slight variation of what that may be as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can be so fixated on one thing that you've got your blinkers on and you don't see that there's something.
Yeah.
Because that is what you might think that is the best for you, but there's something over here that's like way better that you're not seeing because you're so focused with your blinkers on.
Well, that's what happened to me. I was so focused. I went and got myself outside of the work that I do, which is the coaching work with women. I'm also a massage therapist. So I was thinking, yes, I'm on track. I've been in this job nearly 6 months. I can go for my loan. And then that ended, even though I manifested it. But I was like, it's not always how it is meant to be or what it's meant to look like, and that's letting go of the how.
Yeah, it looks different sometimes.
Yeah, so I just actually say to the universe, this is what I want. I don't know how to work it out, and sometimes I do it. I don't know how to work this out. I'm handing it on to you. You know the how. You know the plan bigger and better than me.
Yeah.
So I'm letting go of the reins and the steering wheel, and I'm just surrendering it on, and let that be whatever it's meant to be or look like whatever it's meant to look like. But this is what I want.
Yeah.
So,
amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here today because we've been talking for quite some time now and it's been such an amazing conversation.
Thank you.
But as always, it's a conversation that can keep going for hours and hours and hours. But I think we'll have another episode again soon where we can go into a bit more detail about other things. But I will put some information on where to find Donna in the show notes as well.
Thank you.
Donna is a coach for women in particular, and a massage therapist if you want a little, massage. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on again today.
You.
And until next time, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and thank you, Bex.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.